Hello, everybody. It is Wednesday, and it's time for the live show. Um, so here I am. Today's topic is going to be what is a life coach, right? So you guys might have not been sitting home and asking yourself this, but hey, Chris. Yeah, so what is a life coach? I chose this topic because last week I was chatting with my CrossFit coach, and he had asked me, what is it exactly that you help your clients do? Like, how do they know they've had success when they work with you, right? And I said to him, I said, well, they kind of, define their own definition, or they define their own, form of success, like what is successful to them. And, they define that, and then we work towards their goals. I like to summarize it as helping people transition or find the confidence to transition into a new beginning, take what they've always wanted and paint a picture, and I help them get there. Right. So, I had left it at that, and then I was, driving a couple days later, and the question kept popping up for me. And I thought to myself, like, oh my goodness, there's so many people out there that have absolutely no idea what I do. They have no idea what a life coach is, right? So I wanted to get on here and tell you guys, because there's so many. Okay, first, like, you can't really define what a coach does. We really have to show you, right? That the power of coaching has to be shown. You have to actually feel the shifts of energy to really understand the value, right? But we've all been like pre-exposed to some sort of, we've been pre-exposed to life coaches along the way, right? And we might kind of, some of us might see Tony Robbins, right? And I'm obviously not Tony Robbins. I'm just beginning, right? But I think that we kind of have, like, the same desire to help people grow, right? But really, that still, again, doesn't tell you what a life coach is, right? Some of you might think that we're, like your number one cheerleader, or maybe you think that we're motivational speakers because, you often see life coaches speaking, in a motivational way, right? But that's not actually what we do. There's also, on top of all of that, the misconception of what it is, a life coach does. Some people think that we are consultants, or we are therapists, or you don't know what separates speaking to a coach from speaking to a friend, right? And there are differences between all of these things, and then on top of that, there's the fact that there's, a bunch of different kinds of coaches out there, right? There's coaches out there that haven't been certified. There's coaches out there that have been certified, but through programs that aren't accredited. Even if they have gone through an accredited program, there's different styles, right? The style of coach that I am, I'm a CPC and also an ELI MP. And what the ELI MP means is that we are people that have an energy leadership index master practitioner. That's what it stands for, right? It's like this long-winded thing, right? And that's all that means to you, is that I understand how energy shows up in myself. I understand how energy shows up in you. I understand how the thoughts tie into the emotions and tie into our actual actions, right? And with this knowledge, is the opportunity to see outside of the box. It's the opportunity for me to ask you questions, that will help you, really kind of sort through whatever it is that you're feeling stuck around, right? So anyhow, to make this all super clear, I had watched a video by another coach. Her name is Jennifer Greer. She's a couples coach. And I really loved the way that she told everybody about, what she does, right? And that was by telling people what she was and what she wasn't, right? So I'm going to refer to notes. If you can't tell, I'm a little scattered today. My computer just crashed, which stinks. I hate that, right? It's that color blue that makes you want to frown, right? But anyway, I'm gonna go through this list here and tell you what I am and what I'm not, right? And the first thing is I'm not your friend. I'm a professional, right? And I really wanted to hone in on this because even though there's a friendly relationship that happens between a coach and their client, there's a connection that definitely forms. There is a friendship there. You're never going to be met with the environment that a regular friendship is in. And what I mean by that is you're always going to be met with a non-judgmental environment, in an objective environment. One where I am going to be objective and I'm going to be sticking with your agenda. There's never going to be, my judgments, my agenda at play. It's only about where you're going. You are the sole focus, right? So not a friend, a professional. The other thing I have on here is that I'm not in control or the authority, right? I am the facilitator. I'm the guide. I'm a resource. I have knowledge that you may not have that I can offer to you that you can use, but I'm not in control. Again, this is about your agenda. This is about your goal and us seeing the goal that sits behind that goal that's really going to take you, to, what it is that you want in your life, where you're trying to go. Hi, Donna. Okay, yeah, so the next thing I have on here is I'm not the expert, right? I'm a master practitioner, right? Which sounds so funny, right? I'm a certified coach, but I am not the expert. You're the expert, right? And why are you the expert? I'm gonna tell you exactly why. You're the only person that has walked every step of the way along with yourself. You're the only person who has had every experience you've had. You're the only person who's been on your journey. You're the only person who's seen the things that you've seen and been exposed to all the things that you've been exposed to, and has the memories that you have. You're the only one, right? You're the only one with your thoughts. You're the only one that knows that what goes on inside of your head. You are the expert of you. I cannot be the expert of you. And what works for me might not work for you. We see that all the time. We see, a whole bunch of other people having success and we're like, well, why isn't this working for me? Well, because that's not in our makeup, right? So the whole idea is that you're the expert and we're going to dig around and clarify, and get through your own personal fog and your own personal stumps and, and we're going to get beyond that, to find the way that works for you, right? So that's why you're the expert and I'm not the expert. And then the very last one, and I saved this for last because I really feel like it's the most common misconception that happens. I am not a therapist. I am a coach. Okay, so yes, I will listen to what's going on in your world. Yes, I will listen to what's happened in your past or speak about, your childhood or your adolescent years or something that's really stood out to you that bothers you and upsets you and still sits with you. I will definitely do all of those things. But my focus, or our focus when we partner together, when we work on these things, doesn't stay on the problem. We address the problem, but then the focus is on the solution. It's on moving forward. It's on actually achieving that goal and how we're going to do that and making a plan, okay? This isn't, it's not therapy, and people that do need therapy, they really do need that release because that's what therapy is for. It's really, it's for a release. It's for, a really kind of, working through the problem, but we're not ever really looking at the solution in therapy. So it's common for people to sometimes work with both a therapist and a coach. They're more of the release and we're more of the moving forward. Not that people can't release with us, but that's really what separates a coach from a therapist. So those are the things that I have listed here, guys, and we all feel stuck. That's my favorite way of describing this. We all have moments that we feel stuck that are, personalized to us. It's our own personal area where we're stuck and we don't know how to get around it. And that's That's why people hire coaches. That's why coaches hire coaches. I have two coaches. I have one that I work with on all of my business stuff, and I just had a conversation with my fear of public speaking, because I'm speaking at Yoga Fest this weekend and I have to speak to a group of people. I have no idea how big it's going to be. It's probably going to be smaller than normal because of COVID-19, and people not really being out there just yet as much as they were in the past, but it's still scary to me, right? That's my own personal area where I feel stuck, right? And we're working around that. We're reframing my thoughts, right? And then I have another coach that I work with that helps me through all of my personal stuff. Like he's my go-to guy, and so I have two coaches, right? So yeah, that is, coaches help people work past their own personal area that they're stuck. They help to clarify, clear that fog and see the way through. Yeah. So, and I think that's everything. Yeah, that's definitely everything. So yeah. So if you are an NEPA this weekend, I am speaking at 3:00 at Yoga Fest. So come check it out. You can see the way I work through my nerves. And then also I have my Boundaries Challenge upcoming. For those of you that are looking forward to that, I do have an actual launch date. I'm going to be opening up the actual registration where you can pay for it very soon. It's only going to be $49 because I really want people to come and get a lot out of this. So it's a 2-week challenge online, and it's going to start, day one is going to be on the 17th. Okay, so day one, Monday the 17th. So yes, and you can find the link for that on my website, on my Facebook page. And I think that's everything. Oh, and I now have a blog spot on my website, so that way you can either read about what I was talking about that week, or you can watch the video from my live. I just literally take these and kind of post them into a little library, so you can revisit whatever you'd like to. I will post that link here on my page also. My website is nicoleann.life. And if you guys have any more questions, I've gone through a lot of stuff as to what a coach is and what it isn't. But if you still have questions, call me. And please don't worry about pushy sales stuff at the end of the call, because I'll tell you what, I am the #1 person that hates pushy sales stuff. I don't like doing it. I'm not going to do it. And I don't like being on the receiving end of it. So you won't find that. You will find your questions being answered, and that's it. Okay. And if that's something you're interested in, shoot me an email or hop on my website and schedule a discovery call. Yeah. So I hope you're having a happy Wednesday. I hope you're staying cool. It's still sticky here in Pennsylvania. And that's it. All right. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.